Fresh Kid Z, Fresh Kid C, yes, Fresh Kid P, Fresh Kid T.
Hey guys, AgentNorth here, and today I'm with Jeep and a special guest, StrikerCade himself.
What's up, fellas?
You know,
The man, StrikerCade.
the man.
The infamous.
WarZ's most hated troll.
And today we're here with our second edition to Coffee Talks. We're going to be doing another one later tonight, probably. But this one in regards, it's kind of like an interview with Striker. There has been a lot of controversy surrounding, he was removed from the forums, which, he was the man himself who kept a lot of his shit together, kept the community together on his own server, so.
5,000 plus posts.
They assassinated me, bro.
They aimbotted you.
They aimbotted me on Forum Z.
They took it to you. 5,000 plus posts. Probably one of the most highly read or responded to threads on the original forums, and it started gaining traction on the new forums when you reposted it.
And honestly, I think that petition is what got me banned, because it was easier to remove me than address the problems in the game and man up and fucking do something about it, pardon my French.
Well, that's understandable. I mean,
that's definitely a problem.
I'm highly disappointed in everyone involved.
So, Striker, when you came back to the forums, it is true that you apparently name squatted on your name previously, right?
Yes, someone stole my name, so I created a new account. And the thing was, I used my real email instead of my StrikerCade yahoo.com gaming email. So led Kook to believe that it was a fake account, and he banned that account and said if I wanted access to it to prove that I was actually StrikerCade. I proved that by creating another account and giving him the proof, because I don't have Patrick Bowman's email, because honestly I have nothing to say to the moron. And I got permabanned for creating a new account to circumnavigate a 3-day ban.
A 3-day ban which you didn't even deserve.
Right. Considering it was a fake account, why did they ban me for making a real account?
Exactly.
So they banned. Okay, so just so that we were clear on this, there was somebody who name squatted on you. You created StrikerCade, and I think you put just an asterisk next to it,
yes.
So that way you used a different email, which we were all told pretty much to do after our information was essentially stolen. So that that's no fault of yours there.
Right.
You began posting, and Cuke, I remember he jumped in the thread. He said this isn't Striker.
Right. I used the email that I talked to Tyler with, Johnny Trent. I used my real email.
Now, he put a 3-day ban on your StrikerCade account, but then asked for proof.
Right. So
how is one supposed to do that? Besides creating a new account and then...
Oh, how you do that? You send a support ticket to Zendesk support, and then you get a canned "you're a hacker" response.
For a form, you're hacking the forms, right?
Yes. I sent a support ticket addressing my unjust ban and how I was really disappointed and didn't feel like I deserved to be treated that way.
On the forums.
On the forums. I made it clear I was talking about my forum account. And I got the standard canned, it has been investigated and found that you are hacking and blah, blah, blah. I can log in the game right now if I wanted to lower my standards and actually play that piece of crap again. But I've moved on to bigger and better things. I've never been banned. I've never hacked. If you have to hack WarZ, you are the fucking shittiest gamer out there. That game is so simple.
Right, it really is easy to be good at. I mean, there's so many mechanics which third person allows you to.
Agent?
For what? You call me a hacker?
No, I'm saying you're not good at the game.
You're saying I'm bad, are you?
My main concern is really that I want the truth out there that they do not read the support tickets. They just send a canned response. Because, I was talking about my forum account and they immediately investigated my in-game account and found that I had been hacked and banned. Bullshit. I'm not banned in the game. I've never hacked. My forum account was banned. How did they investigate me hacking the forum?
It's really
and the support ticket you sent in, it was clear, right? I mean, there was no way they could.
It was very clear. Jeep, you have the link to my thread in.
I do.
in Dark Eden forums.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And then when I read it, it seemed clear as day to me what your intent of that
right,
was. You mentioned the forums. It's very clear here.
I
You
was
know,
I was disputing a forum account, not a game ban.
And
right.
they gave you an automated response, or
Yes, it was the standard. You have been investigated, and it is found that your account has been hacking, which is a violation of our terms of service. Blah blah blah.
for a form
You're a
account
hacker
for
noob.
a form account that had an email completely unrelated to your game account.
Well, actually, the email I used is the email for my game
Oh,
account.
I
It's
see.
it's, it's my PayPal email.
Right.
Where I bought the game was with PayPal, and that's the email I used. So how did they investigate my forum account when I actually used a different email for the forum account?
Right,
It's,
right. They're
it's
all
so
over the place. They're
it's
all over
so
the place.
convoluted and fucking just ludicrous. But I truly think the only reason they banned me is because I had so much support rallying behind, hey, let's fix this fucking game, and those lazy bastards don't want to put in that kind of effort.
Well,
It was easier to silence me than it was to address the questions that I brought to them, that we, the entire fucking community, brought to them.
heck, we've been bringing that to them for a couple months now, man. It's it's like I say it off a lot. I see them attempting to put some change in communication now, but like we said, it could be a ploy, and there's nothing I really want to put my trust into until more proof is given that there's honest change trying to be made. I mean,
Right.
the last
And
weekend,
I really
right?
was, sorry to interrupt you, man,
That's
but
okay. Go
I
ahead.
really was trying to help them. I had talks with Tyler, and I think one of the last times we talked on Dolby Jeep, I told you the next big update coming that's going to change the game is being able to unload guns, and I believe that was like a month ago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, guess what happened? You can unload guns.
It was put into a hot fix a month later, though. But what happened when on our roundtables? We were told there was supposed to be fucking admin controls coming very soon, and we still have yet to see them.
I believe those will come when they add the play with friends options because it's all based on being able to add people to a list, kind of like you do in a clan system. So you're not going to see server admin controls until they have the ability to gather friends on a list.
See, that's something that baffles me because they have the friend list from War Inc. That's in there, and
Right.
it's actually pretty stable. I mean, for the part that I was playing on a Steam version, my friend was playing on the downloaded from the website version, and I could still have her on my friends list. So that was really stable. I don't know how well it worked, but they have it already, and I'm just surprised they don't
Apparently,
have
they
it in here.
have a lot of stuff
Yeah,
that
that's what we
they're
brought up.
releasing slowly. It's like they've already finished the game and then took it way back to not finished just so they could look like they were doing something and release it a piece at a time instead of
Yeah.
actually working.
That's what we brought up on our last coffee talk. Is there's content in the source that is shown to be in the game. I don't know if it's finished or not, but it's still there, and it's in the source code dating back to November.
Right. What I don't understand, okay, I create a movement to bring a sense of purpose to WarZ for hundreds of players.
Right.
They took notice, give me a server. Right? Okay. Cool. I gather lots of support for a petition that basically says, hey, if you want to fix this game for the people who are supporting you, here's what you have to do. How do they repay me? With handing them my I put a lot of work into really gathering that list. I took lots of insults when I was trolling people for the information I wanted, because when you piss people off, they start telling you the truth. And the more I defended Hammerpoint and played that sock puppet role, the more people tried to convince me why I was a stupid idiot for supporting them. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to hear the truth of why people were so pissed off. And I compiled all of that into that petition. It was, I think, roughly like 4 weeks of hardcore fucking forum trolling, to the point Johnny Truant told me, hey, if you don't stop trolling people, we're going to have to ban you. And I was like, cool, well, I'm done now. I got what I needed. Thanks.
Right.
And how many people is Johnny Truant going to message and say, hey, they're getting ready to start handing you infractions if you don't chill out. How many people do they warn? You know,
They never warned me.
obviously they valued me as a community member. So why the
Right.
fuck am I permabanned right now for a stupid fucking reason?
Well, because they probably valued you at your you know, you were truly extremely
Oh, I
optimistic
if
for a long period of time.
if
And
anybody got trolled, it was Hammer Point and OP Productions because I did play that fanboy role to the hilt. You know,
oh,
when I was
absolutely.
on their side, it was all good. I could get away with trolling people and breaking rules, but I was on their side, so I was
Right, right,
untouchable.
right.
As soon as I flipped the script and showed my true intentions, it was over.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, your
And
petition, the last I remember it when it was up on the old forums, it had so many votes for people agreeing with you and people
it was
wanting to see
so hot,
change.
it might as well have been stickied
It was
because
the
it stayed
highest.
up.
It was the highest posted forum thread, and there's threads like my round table, which were around for how much longer, and yours came up and just blew everyone's threads around.
And the thing is, even when people were hating, nobody was arguing. It was all productive and positive. You know, I gave people the venue they needed to state their disappointment in a productive, friendly way. And they were. I mean, we weren't arguing on that thread. Everybody was all for it.
Right.
Regardless of who they hated that was posting in that thread. Everybody wants to save this game because they love it. You know, and that's the really hard part is like right now because I'm really torn. I do love WarZ, but I cannot bring myself to play it anymore because I'm not part of the community. So it's kind of like sitting outside of a restaurant watching someone eat a steak when you're starving to death. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. Right.
It's just ridiculous. I'd rather uninstall the game or fight and get my shit unbanned. And I don't really see the point in putting in the effort to getting unbanned to support a bunch of hacks, a bunch of fucking amateurs who can't even answer a support request. You
Right.
know?
And is that pretty much where your opinion lies right now? Like,
That's my opinion. My advice to anybody who has not purchased this game is don't do it. There's other way more ethical game developers out there who really need loyal customers and supporters and who will listen to their players and who do care about the product they are creating. Um, I fought tooth and nail trying to convince people for months that this game is not just a blatant fucking rip-off cash grab, and I can't do that anymore because it's totally a cash grab. It's totally a fucking they don't care as long as they make their money. They do not give a fuck, and I am proof of that.
I
If
mean,
they can ban me for some stupid fucking reason, they don't give a fuck about their community. And I'm not trying to say, oh, I was the community, but I was a large voice for a large minority of the community of people who supported the game.
well, you were an
And
iconic figure in the community.
yeah,
right.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
You're
every
an
time
iconic
that
figure.
we
You know,
brought you
they,
up in the first round table, man, everybody was like, "Oh, don't get him involved. Oh man, that guy's a nut. Oh, that guy's cool." It was just everybody knew you. Anybody that played on the WarZ forums,
yeah,
played
they knew
Form
me,
Z, they know you.
and there's a reason why they knew me, and there's a reason why people loved me and hated me. It's because I spoke the truth 99% of the time, regardless of if you agreed or not. It was the truth. And people generally tend to gravitate towards things that ring true, you know.
now, when you look back, based on what you just experienced, okay, and we look back in the last 3 months, 4 months, and we know there was a time period on the old forums where we had a ban a section peel. We know there always the forums is always being flooded with people saying they didn't hack stuff like that. Now that you've experienced this whole thing where you send in a support ticket and they basically say that you've hacked on your WarZ account. Obviously, there's a mass disconnect with their reality of how things are ran.
Right.
Does it make you look? I mean, is it something that we should look upon further and say what's really going on here? If
Yes, it is. Everyone involved who supports that game should be really concerned for the fact that I sent them a simple support request about appealing my forum ban. You know, it was straightforward. Hey, I'm banned on the forums. you know.
Right.
But yet I get the reply of, well, we investigated your game account and it has been found that you used hacks and blah blah blah. It wasn't even about a game ban. I've never been game banned before on any game ever, other than Dead Frontier, and that's because I just started fucking trolling the shit out of it. When WarZ was about to come out, it was early October. I was just posting WarZ shit all over Dead Frontier, trying to gather players, you know, and that's the only forum community I've ever been banned from.
Right.
So it's safe to say, pretty much, that a lot of people have been arguing for the longest point, and you've been very optimistic. You've always tried to find the silver lining. You've always given these guys the benefit of the doubt. But you can, it's almost, you can see where the system is broken completely.
I can no longer, with a clear conscience, support anyone involved with the development of that game other than Tyler, because he's the only one of those motherfuckers that has any integrity at all. Period.
Were you at all disappointed on how he kind of...
Yes, I am, but then again, I brought it on myself. I shouldn't have posted his shit like that, but Kook wanted proof, so I gave him proof.
Right.
That was my proof.
Right.
No, that was handled, you know, I could say roughly, but
yeah, you know.
When
whatever.
I saw the thread, and I don't know if you posted something else after this. When I saw it, all I saw was a screen capture of essentially his name and his profile. It wasn't like there was a discussion where, at least what I saw, that anything of any relevance.
It had the message that I sent to Tyler. It didn't even have his response on it. It just said, "Hey, bro, Kook banned me for some stupid reason. Could you inform him that this is indeed really my account?"
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that to them was a breach of trust and security, so he couldn't be my friend no more.
Right.
Whatever, I don't care.
Did you try PMing Kook on the forums?
You can't PM Kook on the
no,
forums.
you're not able to PM him. I don't think you're able to.
I know that from first-hand experience. I was just wondering if it changed at that point.
I left him a message on his feed, which in the result ended up getting me banned permanently for circumnavigating a 3-day ban. And I didn't even really know I was banned. I just was freaking out because I would try and post something and it says you don't have permission for that. I could still see the forums and everything. You know, when you're banned, you can't even log in. And it never said you were banned for this long, for this reason.
You had post restrictions on. You could still see the forum, you just couldn't post response or anything like that. So,
right.
Yeah.
And now when I log in on my StrikerCade page, it says you don't have permission to visit this community. You can't see any of the threads.
Yeah, now you've been permanently banned now. Yeah. So at first they put like a restriction on you probably for 3 or 5 days, which doesn't make any sense.
With no notification
right.
of saying, hey, you're banned for 3 days. If I would have known that, I would have just waited 3 days. You know what I mean?
Right.
They fucking aimbotted me, dude.
And it still doesn't make any sense because
Kook saw the loophole he could use to get rid of me, and that's what he did.
Yeah, well, he did something similar with me with my forum sig, but you know, he asked you for proof, bans your account, and closed the thread. So the only chance you have, and he doesn't accept PMs, which is interesting because their rules state that if there is an issue with a moderation, any type of foreign admin,
PM that mod, yeah,
right. But yet his PMs don't
work. Disabled,
right.
Unless you're cool enough to be special and PM him.
Yeah,
it's
which
ridiculous.
Is probably just the administrative group. So
it's ridiculous, man. But you know, there's much better things to do with my time. Now, you know, the past 2 weeks, I went to 11 concerts. I went and saw my favorite band, Slightly Stupid, last night. It was off the fucking hook.
And do you ever see yourself getting back involved? I know you just said you still, the game itself, man, you still have a love for it. But
I do love the game, and I would love to continue to try and help them, you know, as a voice of the community and as a avid supporter of the genre of zombie survival games. WarZ is not the only zombie survival game out there. Right. There's a big one right around the corner that's going to knock WarZ and DayZ's dicks in the dirt and leave them head spun. They're going to be like, oh, fuck, why didn't we think of that?
Which one's that?
And I'm going to laugh my ass off when it comes out.
Which one's that?
But, actually, it's the Undead Labs one they're making. State of Decay is the
Oh
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
The Xbox
prototype.
Live one, right?
Yeah, it's the single player prototype, so they can test their systems, and then all the feedback they get from that, they're gonna use to make it a true MMO game, and not like a WarZ or DayZ where everybody's split up on different servers. I'm talking a one world like World of Warcraft, every player, thousands of players on the same world. There's only one server,
Or are they gonna have
like
like
a
different world
real fucking
servers?
game.
I mean, they couldn't host that many people on a single world server. World of
Right,
Warcraft does have
like
several
when
world
you make
servers.
an account, like in World of Warcraft, you're bound to your world or whatever.
Right.
You can't jump servers, and it's going to be a truly persistent online deal, and I'm really stoked about it. And honestly, that's who I've been supporting since WarZ just shit in their backyard by spitting in my face. When they banned me, they pretty much proved to me they have no compassion for anything the community wants whatsoever. All they care about is selling those gold coins.
Does it kind of put a new perspective and shed a new light on some how some of the community members have been feeling in the past?
Oh yeah, and when I made that petition, I apologized to everybody I ever disagreed with or argued with, and I felt the same way. I was just trying, like you said, to be optimistic. But now, dude, honestly, my opinion is WarZ, the game, is on the fast track to becoming another free to play fucking War Inc. zombie game. Even on the old forums, one of the questions was asked of Sergey. They were like, "Do you think this game will ever be free to play?" And his response was, "Not at the start." And it didn't really hit me until months later when I went back and read that. Eventually, it will be a free to play game
Right.
because they're not going to have people who are going to want to invest any fucking money in buying that piece of crap. So they're going to have to make it free to play. And then they'll make all their money off the off the hack sales. Because all those hack companies, there's a reason everyone's always like, well, why are they allowed to do that? Why aren't they shut down? That's illegal. That's against the law. It's not against the law if the game companies let you fucking do it. They're all in bed together. Dude, you buy a hack, they make money. You get banned, you buy a new copy of the game. The game company makes money. It's a relationship. They're all in bed together. And there's truly, developers out there with some integrity that won't do business with them. That's why you can't buy hacks for every single AAA game out there. The ones you can buy hacks for, they're in bed with those people, and they're making money off those hacks and people getting banned and rebuying accounts and blah blah blah. It's a big fucking pyramid scheme.
What would it take? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Agent.
No, is this a Extremist Z? Is he a mod or something? He's posted something which I wouldn't really see him posting before.
I don't know.
All right,
Well,
no, go ahead. Sorry.
What would it take for StrikerCade to get back involved in the community, if anything? Are we past that point completely?
All it would take is for them to unban my account and tell me they're sorry. That's all it would fucking take.
Do you
If they did that, say for example, tomorrow, does that mean StrikerCade, the fanboy, would be back
No,
live in effect, or?
I will never be a sock puppet for them ever again. I will never be as positive or optimistic, but I will never be a negative fucking hater like all the other people who are disappointed in the game. Because I enjoy playing the game regardless, the current state of the game, whatever it is. I don't care about what's missing. Cars will come eventually, new maps will come eventually. I always try and look at the game as the current state of the game. Is it fun for me? It's always been fun, but 90% of that fun for me relied on the community and being a part of the community.
Right.
Because, that's where I met the people that I played with and brought to Dark Eden. And the people in Dark Eden were so passionate. And now since I got banned, we've had, I think, 4 people log on my server.
Yeah.
In the past,
Well,
2 weeks.
And that's what happened. That actually, very early in the game, and that's what ended up being my buddies in my clan. I mean, our clan leader got banned, None of us believed that he was cheating at all. And literally, out of the 9 of us, very small clan, a group of real friends, none of them played. I was the only one that stuck around. So that's a ripple effect of what happens when something like this happens. What's up?
Someone just posted my thread from Dark Eden in general discussion. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Yes,
what is the status of Dark
your
Eden?
forums.
Where's this?
What is it?
Yeah, what's the status of Dark Eden? Do you guys still have a server that's being sponsored by the devs?
Yes, I have a server, but as soon as the time runs out, I'm not renewing it, and no one else is either. So fuck it. We're rebuilding
the pictures
it.
are blocked.
I just spent $1,500 on Unity Pro, which is a game development software kit.
Yeah.
And I'm building my own fucking game. Fuck them. I'm building like my version of Dark Eden the way it should be, and it's really cool because I've got a lot of people support on the Unity forums, and a lot of programmers are really interested in it, and it's gonna be cool. It might take a year or two for it to be ready to be played, but I've got all the time in the world, man.
Agent, you were gonna say something?
I'm reading his the little thing. This is kind of what I kind of wanted to see beforehand.
The thread.
Right, and just reading through it. I see that you can't post images or something apparently.
Yeah, he can't. But if you go to the Dark Eden forums, I mean, I've unlocked it to the public. It's no longer blocked. Even non-members can go there and read and post shit.
Right.
And I encourage anyone of the WarZ community that wants to know the truth to come there and post on that thread. I don't care. I'm not going to ban anybody from my forums.
Make sure you put a link in the video to that thread, Agent, so that way people can see that.
Right, I will. Once this thread in here or the one to the Dark Eden one?
To the Dark Eden. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's got Striker's posts, some pictures of the actual responses. It's got the whole 9 yards on it.
Right. All right. That'll be cool to post there. I'll post it on the video.
Yeah, because there's no telling what's going on with the damn WarZ forums because the permission masks and the way Cute manages it is so egregious that it's like,
Oh, they're so scared of anyone saying anything true about them. They're so scared of the fucking truth. It's not funny.
So there's so much speculation that goes around, and so much, thoughts and opinions on it. Those people are very little viewed. But when big facts or truths are revealed, you end up seeing a lot of very strict control here on the forums, especially posts getting deleted, especially in regards to the source code, which I bring this up a lot because I think that things should be learned from what people do with the source code, but there's a lot that needs to be learned from these this strict environment that we're in here. We don't.
Oh yeah, dude, the guys that are doing the Dead Z who got a hold of the source, they're pumping out maps left and right, dude.
Right.
It's ridiculous how fast they're developing shit.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that that used to be big supporters here that are now working with them on it, which is insane.
Oh, that game is going to surpass WarZ because the people that are working on it actually care about the game and not making money off of it. They're in fact not really making money off of it.
Right. Just from what I hear is donations to keep their servers up, and that's about it.
And that game. I'm telling you, 6 months from now, that game is going to have shit that'll never be in WarZ.
If it's still around in 6 months.
Right, because
the legal implications could shut that thing down at any point.
That's what we've been hearing, the FBI, especially considering that they admitted to telling the guys to hack the forums and get the information. So...
Yeah.
See, my big issue with that whole thing is I love the notion of this game becoming more open source and more available to the community. I don't condone the stealing and piracy.
I don't either, but it's the cat's out of the bag now. You know what I mean? It's too late. It's out there.
Yeah.
You can't censor the internet like you can your stupid little game forum.
No, that is true. But at the same time, if they do continue on developing Dead Z and they add a whole load of content, you could log in one day and it'll be gone. You know what I mean? At some somebody will catch up to them, and that'll be the end of it. Which
well, it's not the Dead Z people they have to worry about. There's 5 or 6 other developer communities that have that source.
Right, and they're all making their own copies.
Any information until they're ready.
Yeah, so you're gonna see like little things pop up here and there. And...
Well, it's exactly what somebody said. Is you're gonna start seeing the top 100 like MMOs for like WarZ, top 100 private servers.
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna start seeing. And at that point, what are they gonna do? Are they going to target all of those servers? Are they going to try to take action? It's gonna spread like wildfire, and that's because everybody wants a zombie MMO. That's the big thing that nobody's really taking seriously. Is there's a fucking game here with so much potential to be like the greatest fucking thing out there, and they're squandering it away on like pissing off their community.
Well, I just read this reply on this thread. Yes, Kook, I can still access your forums, you moron. I will create 100 million accounts. You can't ban them all. You can silence me, but you can't keep me out of your forums. And this dude posted on the thread about my ban. Seeing that canned response to something that wasn't even regarding a game ban is disgusting and completely undermines any credibility they're trying to gain with their heightened attention to providing better customer service.
Right.
Yeah,
that was my main point. Is I wanted the fact out there that nothing's changed, and in fact things have gotten worse, and they're going to continue to get worse as long as they keep spitting in their community's face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunately, I don't think too many posts will survive that bring attention to that. I don't think many answers, if any, will be given to understand that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we've seen it. We've seen it a couple of times, and we kind of know how to handle it. They got to get their shit together on every level, on every level. And that begs the question, do they really want to? Is that their intention? Is that something they're striving for, Or are they just trying to, have this last out as long as they can, just to draw in whatever they possibly can for revenue from servers, gold coins, whatever?
Yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to run this fucker into the ground and get as much cash from it as they possibly can until everyone says fuck this and leaves.
Yeah.
Or they ban everybody.
Right.
And then all that's going to be left is fucking stupid ass hackers from Brazil, and that's going to be their customer base. A bunch of hackers hacking other hackers, and everybody getting banned, and they're going to have a nice little turnover rate and make a few $1,000s a month, and go retire and drink vodka and fuck Russian whores.
This guy.
It's just ridiculous.
Oh my god.
This guy sound fun.
Listen to this. Pika is commenting on our official thread for our events. This events are useless. You are afraid to ask real questions to devs, and you stay cool with their useless answers. Please send me a PM when you man up and attempt to produce a good show. I honestly just commented, feel free to host your own show, man. I mean, I don't know if you've watched our recent shows. We pose our own questions that are way more speculation than what we could ever ask the devs, and I'm sure they watch it.
Yeah, I love how everybody says I'm crazy, but I'm just opinionated, dude, and I'm very passionate about my opinions. I'm probably one of the most sane people on that entire forum. Right. And
I think you're crazy.
I mean,
but I like it.
I may be crazy, but it's like rock and roll, party hardy, everyday crazy. It's not like, oh, that dude's insane. Let's lock him in a little room in a white jacket.
Right.
I'm crazy because I have 3 kids.
That'll do it to you.
Right.
And, it's just ridiculous how fucking oblivious some people on these forums really are. I mean, they're just eating that shit like it's candy that they're handing out. And I'm sorry, dude, but that candy tastes bad.
Well, I mean, Striker, though, you were part of that camp, whether it was trolling or not. You were part of that camp. And
We're handing out the candy, man.
Yeah, you were helping handing out the candy.
I was the fucking candy man. I was driving the white van around for him.
Oh, that's
Right.
creepy.
Well,
See,
yeah,
now
right,
you
right.
sound like a fucking pedophile,
But
man.
think of how many stars have fallen. Yeah, I know, Agent. This is before your time. Looks
Before my
like
time, oh
it's
God.
been around for an eon, but I know you didn't come in until like late December, early January.
Hey man, 6 months in internet time is like 40 years.
I came in here in November, didn't sign up in the forum, still fucking.
Do you
December.
remember Striker Xavier Horowitz?
Yeah,
Right.
He was the man.
Yeah, he was. He was
That was my best friend on the forums, on the old forums, for months and months before the game ever came out, dude. He was so fucking on spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was very optimistic. He was very, very pro. He was a fanboy. And all this stuff, and something at some point just didn't rub him right. He added up a lot of things, I guess, a lot earlier than other people did, and in a blink of an eye, permabanned.
Yeah.
Because once they saw the voice that was basically, a tool of propaganda for them, once they noticed that those voices change camp, and they realize how they reverberate so much, they just want to get like Walker Z. He was another one. Hardcore fanboy. As soon as he said something negative, bam, permaban, gone.
Yeah, because that's how they deal with shit. You
Right.
know, it's easier to remove the opposition than it is to fucking man up and do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And really, if they were really passionate about the game they're making, they would listen to us, and they would, not treat us like we're disposable and like they're just gonna have an endless supply of new customers buying this game because every person they ban for a bullshit reason, there's nothing like a fucking gamer who's been scorned. You know what I mean?
That's like a woman. It's like a woman.
Oh yeah, they will go to every website. I mean, it'll be on fucking, the fucking Pampers website has nothing to do with the games. There'll be people, don't ever buy WarZ, posting on that website. It's like everywhere now.
Yeah.
And they're just creating their own worst enemies, dude.
Do you think people like Sagor, Sergey, Johnny, do you think they're aware of, say, for example, like, I don't know if, for example, is aware of some of the decisions that are made in development. Do you think at the same time some of those guys aren't aware of how it handles some things in
Yes,
the
they're
forum?
they're totally in the dark about things Coop does, because how could they be aware of it and it still be going on? The only developer I ever really had a working relationship with was Tyler. I've never talked to Sergey. I've never talked to Sagor on the forums or anywhere else. The only contact I had was Tyler because, he was the only one I fucking respected. Other than Russian Caliber, but he's kind of a dick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm more mellow, and Tyler's more like my kind of person. He's mellow too, and he's very amicable in the way he conducts himself. And the best thing they could do is take the handcuffs off Tyler and just give him free reign. Make Johnny Truant the fucking community manager. Kook is a fucking moron. He has no idea what community even means. He's running that shit like it's the Soviet Union. Every little fucking post of information they have is top secret. You know what I mean? It's a fucking video game. It's not nuclear physics.
Right.
They're not supplying terrorist cells with weapons. They're giving out information about updates for a fucking game, but they're acting like it's fucking national security is at stake.
Right.
And the reason they act like that is because if there wasn't so much, I call it the bait and switch. Hey, look over here at this, what we want you to see, while we're over here,
Right.
pillar, doing what we do, really doing. And I think the reason they have so much secrecy is because if they were truly transparent, like they've been claiming they're trying to be, everybody would see them for the fucking sham that they are. They're hacks, dude. They're fucking amateurs. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Period.
See,
That's my honest opinion.
that's something I bring up in regards to every update requiring how many hotfixes. But they did mention about not having a test environment. And which,
That was another one of my suggestions to Johnny, which is now being brought to light. The
well, now they're
public
bringing
test
a
server.
public test environment where players can test. Now, that's not something I said was a really good idea. I honestly just think
They should test their own shit before
what
releasing
what
it.
kind of developers
And-
don't have their own test environment? That's all I'm saying.
Y'all remember my suggestion a while back about how only paying customers, there should be a section for customers of the game?
Yeah.
I find it highly ironic that they incorporated a lot of my ideas into their new forums. You know, you can't post new topics unless you're a community member of long standing, like 500 posts or some shit.
Right.
Which, though, and I agreed with you
Or you have a pre-order badge. If you have a pre-order badge, you can post new topics right off the bat, right off the gate.
See, here's my issue that comes with this, is that when me and you discussed this before, we agreed on many points of this. The problem I have with this now is, and this was actually brought up that led to me having a 5-day ban on the forums, is that first of all, there was a massive breach in your security, okay? I, for one, would not be more apt to provide them more information, such as link in my forum badge. I never even bothered to do that before.
Right.
And secondly, you yourself had over 5,000 posts. I had over 2,000 posts. Agent had over 2,000 posts. That wasn't our fault that your shit went crashing to the ground.
We should have got our posts back.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because
it was like, it was like a measure for, hey, how much can I trust this dude's opinion?
especially
Oh, fuck, he's been here a long time.
Right, especially now that they're going to start imposing these restrictions where, what prompted it is there's a thread. And somebody said, why can't I create a poll? And it was kind of ironic because just a couple hours prior to that, I created a poll. And then
I did too.
I couldn't do it anymore. And I noticed Cuke responded to that thread. And he was like, you have to have 500 posts. And I think they've now since reduced it to 100.
No, it's
But
still
you have
500, I believe.
Okay. You have to have 500 posts and prove that you're a devoted community member in order to make a poll. So I quoted and replied to Cuke, hey, can I just edit and manually inflate all my post count when you do yours, seeing as how I lost over 2,000 posts, just a couple of days ago?
Right.
And he banned me. Said I had a racist sig. But that was, he deleted my response, banned me, and in the ban I had a racist sig.
Well, that's how Hammerpoint handles, or I don't even know who to blame now, because I don't know which part of this multi-headed beast Kook belongs to, because there's OP Productions, there's Hammerpoint Interactive, there's Arctos, there's so many fronts to wonder about, but the thing is, that's how they handle all their problems. They sweep them under the rug.
Right.
Oh, that didn't happen. That never happened. We'll just delete that, and we'll just ban this dude.
Right.
And,
Right.
That's how they handle their game.
And so do you think, like I was asking before, do you think that they're aware of, like, how basically Cuke manages that forums and the people? Because, see, to me, the way he manages this shit begets so much more hatred and anger.
Right.
And, it just, like, fuels the fire. Because when I got banned for that,
dude,
I was pissed.
Dude, he was bragging about banning me. On this one thread, he was totally fucking bragging about banning me. He told some dude, I'll ban you just like I banned StrikerCade, brah.
He said that?
Yeah.
That's
some
and
integrity
that's how
right
that's
there.
how this is
That's
how
fucking
staff
pathetic he
acts
is.
on a thread, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He reminds me of some fat kid that used to get shoved in lockers, had his bitch titties twisted when he was younger.
Right.
Fat cops,
and now,
right?
Now he's older and he's in charge of a forum, and he's not shit. Yeah. He's cool shit now. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to make any like offensive remarks, but like I said, there is a lot of
What are they gonna do? Ban me?
Well, see, I'm not banned. I'm trying to be positive again and trying to get projects back up. So.
Oh yeah, I totally support you, dude. And technically, really, I'm not banned either. Just one forum account's banned. I mean, they can't fucking ban everybody. That's how people like Green Bean and Johnny Ravioli keep coming back. There's so many ways to change your IP address.
See, Green Bean, I support him. I support him fully.
All I gotta do is go to a coffee shop and make a new account, and I can post whatever the fuck I want.
All right.
You know, it's ridiculous to think that they think they can silence me like this. When really, if I wanted to, I could be causing so much drama on their forums. But if I'm just not that type of person, dude, I have posted nothing.
Hey, I'm sure
Nothing.
this video will cause a little bit of drama right for you, so don't worry.
Well, it should, and it should be positive drama, and it should hit home
Well,
because
like
there's a lot of issues involved.
like I said, I hope it's not taken in the wrong way, and I hope they look at this more in a positive light. That things need to change. Like for example, your support ticket response, the automated bullshit that didn't even answer your question. That's been around for a while.
Right.
We've had people that we know that have gotten the same response. A friend of mine responded for a ban and got a response that maybe there's proof you've been aimbotting or something like that, right? She never had a kill, so it was kind of funny when we posted the proof, but it's just they need a support
That thread
team.
we were talking about, it
Right.
didn't last long, did it?
Which one was that?
The one old dude posted about my Dark Eden thread
Go figure.
and about my ban and all my pictures and shit. It's gone now.
Yeah,
It's
so
gone.
Yeah, and this is part of the problem too, because it's like they think that means the question's going to go away, and the question doesn't.
It's not.
And what happens is speculation seeps in, and they always get the worst end of it. You know what I mean? I mean, they always get the worst end of it. Address the damn question. Address it. Sit here and say, Cute should say, you know what, guys, I fucked up. I'm an idiot. We all know that anyway.
Right.
I should have put one and one together and realized, hey, he has an attached legend count. We've told him to
That's
use
what I'm pissed off about the most, dude. I don't care about that account getting banned. What I care about is they banned my legend badge with it.
Right.
And
yeah.
And to me, that was my proof. Hey, this is me. All these other fake ass StrikerCades, they ain't got no legend badge.
Right. But I mean, just it goes to show you, how poorly managed he does. How bad,
I'm telling you right now, the best thing they could do is fire Kook. Get him the fuck out of the equation because he's an idiot. There are many people I know in the forums, myself included, who would be a much better choice for a community manager because we actually know what the word community means.
All right.
You know what I mean? We actually care about the community outside of the game. We care about, the well-being of the general population of people who support the game. And we do care about the game being better. And running everybody into the ground and banning anybody who has a different opinion of you that people agree with, and just trying to sweep all the shit under the rug is not the way you manage a community. That's how you manage a communist country.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Fingerman from V for Vendetta. That's what he goes around black bags people, erases records of shit,
Personally, I don't want to be a part of their communist country, dude. Fuck them. I mean, literally. And by them, I mean Kook, because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And you are right, though, because as long as you're a pro Hammer Point, because you got away with hell, you got away with
I was
a ton of
untouchable,
shit.
dude.
Yeah.
I was untouchable. I trolled the shit out of so many people.
You would bait people. You would intentionally bait people into breaking a forum rule so then you could go around and report them. I know from personal experience.
Yeah.
Forum ZPVP, baby.
Yeah.
I was #1 top fucking contender.
Hey guys,
I got so many.
Sergey just responded to that Extremist's PTE thread and locked it, and he called the guy. He's like, dude, I appreciate your efforts. Please stop pretending that you have information about PTE. Most of the information you posted is false when it comes to WarZ PTE. Our PTE will be publicly available server map inside WarZ game. Everyone will have access to that server. Browser channel will be open to join game. You don't need to create separate accounts, etc. So
What the hell is he talking about?
You know that guy. It's a public test servers or public test environment, and extremists posted something, and I think it was edited by Sergey. Yeah, Sergey edited it and locked the thread.
That's not Sergey. I don't care what anybody says. A motherfucker doesn't learn perfect English in 3 weeks.
I don't think that was perfect
I think
English.
it is, and I think sometimes, though, he has either somebody I think there are times where
He
when
has people
knows,
type his
yeah,
shit for him.
yeah, because I've actually corresponded with that, and it's difficult. It's not difficult for me to say this. I was very caught off guard that Sergey seems like a cool dude.
He
Right.
is. That's
You
the
know.
sad part.
And he like I said, I related to him when he called people camping faggots because it made me feel like he was.
It was gamer language. It was gamer
Yeah.
language.
Exactly.
You know?
That's
Everybody
exactly
got
what I'm
all
saying, and I
outraged.
related with that. But he got so much shit for saying that.
Well,
But
it's because it's who he is. You
You
can't.
know who he got the shit from? The haters.
Yeah.
People who were looking for anything to bring more negativity to the game.
Right.
I thought it was stupid for him to say that, but at the same time, I've said it my damn self.
Dude,
but
if
I'm
I
not,
made
I'm
my
not
own
the
game-
face of a company, you know what I mean?
If I made my own game and I got killed by a hacker, I would call them hacker faggots, camping faggots, whatever. I would say the
But you
same
would
exact
get
shit.
shit for that. I mean, that's bad publicity, and that's the thing. It's like, while at the same time I can appreciate him for being human and being at the level of a normal everyday dude who plays video games, who talks shit like we all do.
Right.
It's like there was obvious a lapse of judgment because, I mean, it did come back to bite him in the ass a little bit. But when he said it, I didn't like, oh, this fucking guy. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, he's just basically an everyday man like we are.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, dude, if he got his shit together and he got the right people doing the right jobs, he would be like the George Romero of the video game world.
Yeah.
And because WarZ is for casual gamers, it's not a hardcore Daisy.
Very arcadey.
Everything's brutal.
Right, and it's very arcadey. It's not like your Dead Island where you swing and decapitate fucking everything. But
Oh, dude, I'm so stoked about Riptide coming out here.
I'm
very
actually
soon.
that's probably something I'll probably invest my time in.
I kind of agree with both of you, and I kind of disagree with both of you because I don't know if WarZ actually has a true identity. I think it wants to be something, but it's almost like that like third kid, that the stepchild, where it's like it's trying to appeal to too many people at one time. You know what I mean?
And all they need to do is appeal to their fans. They need to listen to us. We know what we want from this game.
Well, I ask you something, man. Do we know what we want?
Yes, we want the shit they told us they would give us.
I'm just saying, in a zombie game that everybody that loves zombies and all that shit, because it's like the perfect fucking game. It really is. Do we really know what we want in a perfect zombie game? I mean, there's a lot of key features, but
do you want the truth or do you want the old fanboy in me answer?
I want both.
Okay, the old fanboy game in me answer is WarZ would be everything we want. The truth is, no, whatever State of Decay comes or Class 4, that's going to be the zombie game everybody's wanting.
See, I look at State of Decay. I'm not saying it looks disappointing in my opinion, but I'm not a big fan of how the zombies are in that and how that one's way more arcadey than WarZ, of course.
Yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto Zombie Apocalypse.
Right, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna spend fucking money on it. It's like what, 1,600 Microsoft points? You can't go wrong. But
and see, the thing is, Rockstar has a zombie MMO in the works. They haven't really announced it yet.
Which they could knock that shit out of the park.
Right.
If it's anything to the quality of like Red Dead Redemption.
Well, just think Grand Theft Auto with zombies, in a ruined city, and then also Sony is producing an MMO for World War Z movie.
Right. Yeah, World War Z. I don't know because movie games
you know how movie
are disappointing.
Games are.
Movie games are, and we're talking about Sony here. Sony does have some really high points, and
I'm trying to remain optimistic about that game.
Right. But it's World War Z. They're already butchering the movie based on a book. They're butchering the movie and making it really mainstream, nothing like the book. Now if they make a game based on the movie,
well, here to be all fair though about that is they did the same thing with Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Right.
The way the movie depicted it compared to the book was very different. Because when you have that style of literary adaptation, not saying it couldn't be done, but it does kind of because I haven't read World War Z yet. I've just read the synopsis of it, and a couple of my friends have read it. But from my understanding, it's like accounts from various points of perspectives that are kind of compiled, almost like diary logs and stuff like that.
That's kind of how it's done. It's it's in a perspective that it's kind of like if it was real, the writer of the book interviewed all these survivors from this big war with these zombies.
It's like interviews. Okay.
Yeah,
so
and it's actually it tells out a really good fucking story. It's like 100 different stories, and I have it right here in my hands because this is actually what I've been reading the past couple of days. Ever since fucking Alive told me to go back and read about the Rediker plan. That's what I've been doing. I've been rereading this book.
God damn, dude! I didn't even realize you could read.
I read a lot. It's something little known. I spend a lot of time on the computer, but I read a lot.
That's awesome. I thought you just took like the forum and like ran it through that DragonSpeak software and had.
Nah, I'm a big book guy. I got all my old fucking Stephensons and whatnot.
That thread about me got moved to bug reports. It didn't get deleted. I'm really surprised.
Why is that in bug reports?
Because
it's out of general discussion.
and because I sent a request for my forum ban appeal, and they sent me a reply that I was hacking on my game account. That is bug report.
They moved all my deaths tonight were caused by cheaters. They moved at the bugs. Of all the fucking places they can move this thread. Did they delete it too?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you right now, statistically, general discussions are the absolute most hotbed. Are going to be the hotbed section of any forum.
Right.
General discussion.
It's because everything's there.
So it's like if they want to play the game like they were playing before, where they set up all these stupid little subcategories to basically tuck their shit where nobody frequents or they don't even look into it, like that laughing joke of ban appeal.
Right.
Where we had pages and pages of ban appeal and none of them were responded to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's the point of having that?
And we couldn't post in them. No one else could post in them. Just a person.
Yeah.
No, it's ridiculous. It really is. I mean,
I do appreciate the opportunity to get my side of the story out there and end some of the speculation that's going around about what happened to me.
I'm just glad to hear from you, man.
Right. You dropped off the face of the earth. We thought you. There's rumors going on in a lot of streamers' chat that you committed suicide.
Oh, no way, dude. Actually, what I've been doing is enjoying springtime with my wife, and because my kids go away for a while during the beginning of spring. They go to their grandma's. It's really nice. And we've been to like 11 concerts in the past 2 weeks, and it's just so much shit to do in real life, man. I play music in a band. We've had all these gigs and parties to play at. And I've been playing Defiance, which is fucking awesome.
How is that? You liking that? Because
dude, it is. On it. It's fucking amazing.
I just heard mixed reviews on it. That's all mine. It's really.
If you like that kind of game, I mean, it's a straight up shooter game. I mean, it's like a fucking massively multiplayer Halo game. But there are RPG elements, and it's really fucking fun. I mean, that to me is the deciding factor for any game. Is it fun?
Right.
And Defiance is probably one of the funnest games I've played in the last 8 or 9 years. I mean, it's amazingly fun. When you go cruising around on your little 4-wheeler and just blowing up these huge, insanely huge aliens and shit.
That and the Dodge Chargers, whatever you can drive around in. The driving physics looks really cool.
Yeah, they are really cool. You can jump and do all this crazy shit. You can run people over and.
Alrighty, well,
it's really fun.
Let's wrap this up. We'll get this video closed up. Anything you really want to say in regards to WarZ Striker?
I can't blame anybody for wanting to support the idea of WarZ, because we've all been waiting for a game like that for 20 some odd years, ever since Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since video games existed, everybody's wanted this massively zombie game. Unfortunately, I don't think WarZ is going to be that game. There are many AAA titles right around the corner. It's going to be a good time for zombie lovers and gaming in general, it's not going to be a good time for this game. As far as my forum ban, Kook, I'm waiting for that apology anytime, bro. And if not, it just proves my point that you're a fucking idiot. All my haters, keep on hating because you make me famous. All the people who are my friends, like you guys, hey man, you know how to get a hold of me. I didn't kill myself. That's just funny shit to me. I've actually been doing a lot of real life shit that's more positive and more productive, and I do appreciate the people who are in there fighting for me to resolve this situation one way or the other. Either way, I really don't care. They can just keep me banned, and it would probably be better for me, or they could unban me, and it would probably be better for them. You know, I'm just glad I got a chance to tell my side of the story, and I appreciate it.
Hey man, anytime.
Glad to hear from you again, bro.
Right.
And Hannah, you know, Sugarbug, I still think your voice is sexy, girl.
I just have one question.
I will serenade you anytime.
What are they gonna do about cheaters? That's all I want to know.
Oh no. I'm not involved in this.
Not gonna do anything about cheaters.
Hey, it's just like, I have nothing to do with this. He doesn't want to. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
As long as you can buy hacks for WarZ, that just means they're in bed with the hack companies and they're profiting from it. So they're not really going to do anything about cheaters. They're going to feed you all the line you want to hang yourself with, but there's always going to be aimbots on every public server because that makes people buy private servers and it makes them more money. That's their anti-cheat, buy a private server.
Well,
Yeah.
Chief, anything you really want to say to wrap anything up, man? Anything you have to
No,
say?
I'm good, brother, man. I'm just glad we got to touch base with Striker again because it's been a little while. Hopefully this gets resolved and he gets back involved with the community in some form or fashion. So, yeah.
Well, they have a choice. They can either let me back in or I can be their nemesis. One way.
Ball's in their court now, right?
Yeah, I'm very influential. I'm very influential either way. I have a lot of people who are, you know, ready to fucking go where I go. And as soon as we find that game, we're going there. My community on Dark Eden is very passionate about our ideas, and we will play them out, even if it is in DayZ or whatever next big game comes out.
No, honestly, and not to promote any one thing or anything like that, you guys probably do have a better chance of seeing what you envision come to fruition through DayZ standalone.
Oh, I know.
If we ever see it, man, they fucking push it back.
And in regards, I've seen a few responses about that joke thread I made a while back about, you know, hacking the shit out of DayZ. That was a parody, man, because when WarZ first came out, all the DayZ people were like coming here on our forums, giving us a hard time, talking about how they were going to hack the shit out of us. So I was just giving them a taste of their own medicine. And also putting the word out to the real community that they're already selling hacks for that game, so it's not going to be any different than the old DayZ.
Well,
except, you know, it's not going to be scripts. It's going to be actual fucking aimbots and hackers and no clippers, just like you have in WarZ.
That's a topic I'll save for another event, and because there is a lot I had to say regarding that, so we'll save that for another event. Hopefully with you guys.
I appreciate it, but you know, just to settle some minds. No, I was never serious. I'm not going to hack DayZ because when I play a game that I enjoy, you know, I don't want to get banned from it, and I want to support it, and you don't support games by destroying them with cheat codes and programs.
Right. Well, except unless you're playing Grand Theft Auto, cheat codes are all the rave, man.
Yep.
Going there.
Only after you beat it, though.
L1, R1, R1, R2, left, down, right, up, left, down, right. I memorized that cheat code, man. I wanted my
favorite,
weapons.
Dude. And one more thing, how we were talking about Rockstar making a zombie game. Just think how much fun it was playing it with the pedestrians riot code and pretending like they were zombies.
I did that all the time.
I know everybody's done that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they had a couple of mods out for GTA 4.
They do. They're very,
Yeah, they're buggy and glitchy. Actually, the best zombie mod I ever played was for Vice City.
It's very
It was really good.
I don't know. If they're making a zombie game, you know, like I said, I'll save this stuff for another topic, but there's a lot they need to look at on these current zombie games and where they can improve on where those, you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm not really saying this needs to be done. WarZ can step up its game. WarZ can take its chance right now and make this fucking game that we want. You know.
Yeah, and the community as well can step up their game and not stand for this fucking Nazi communist fucking bullshit that they've got going on in the community right now. We have a right to speak our opinions. And the way they're handling shit, man, is just going to drive people away. And I kind of think that's what they want. They just want to drive everybody away so only the hackers will play. And then nobody will complain no more.
Well, everybody has their own views on that. But let's get this closed up, guys.
All right, man.
Striker,
Thanks.
thank you for joining us today, man. It was a big surprise when Jeep got me into a call with you. No, I haven't even seen you on Dolby in a while.
Man. I'm sorry I couldn't do the live thing later on tonight, but like I said, my band's got a show.
Oh,
tonight.
I'm not doing anything live anymore. It's all recorded though.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, the live thing that's carrying on another way. I'm doing my own thing now, so Jeep's here with me all the time now. So.
I do have one thing to say about a certain person that constantly belittles me on the forums. Elite, you're a fucking idiot, and you need to go outside.
He's an alright kid. He
needs to stop taking this game so seriously, like he's claiming I do, and like go get laid or something, bro, because you're a fucking moron. Thanks.
Thank you
With
guys.
that being said,
thank you guys for watching. If you do want to join us on future coffee talks, we do. I will link the thread for our events in description down below. Leave us a thumbs up. And let us know what you think about the whole Striker situation.
Anybody who wants to talk to me is free to post on the Dark Eden forums. Even developers, Coop, Johnny, Sergey, Sagor. Come at me, bro. Tell me what you got to say. Where you can't fucking abuse your mod powers. Keep it real, nigga, and fucking come at me. And I'm not saying come at StrikerCade. I'm saying come at Jason Capley. Come to my house and talk to me like that. Yeah. Keep shit real.
Thank you guys for watching.
Later, man.
see-